Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome into the post-game mini podcast. I am Eric Kane alongside Austin Price and Matt Ray. Tennessee, a 42-9 winner over New Mexico State here. So Matt, we'll start with you. Clearly not a very entertaining football game. I would say not a very clean, efficient, sharp, good-looking football game. Again, the game was never in doubt. Tennessee, led by as many as 21-0 there early on, but really struggled offensively. Had a couple of turnovers, obviously, in that first half. Defensively, you held the opponents to the least amount of points, but gave up a crap ton of yards, man. And they're playing from behind, so that skews it a little bit. I mean, they threw for a season high passing yards for New Mexico State tonight, but again, they were playing from behind. But overall, kind of sloppy football game.
Yeah, just kind of felt a little bit uninspired, and offensively, you just couldn't get going. Couldn't run the football with consistency when you needed to. You had some chunk plays in the run game. Got Joey Aguilar involved early with his legs, but it just, I don't know what you, I don't know how any other way you can say it. It was just sloppy all the way around, and you just didn't. It didn't come out and look like a team that, like what I thought this team needed to look like coming off of a bye week, with still a lot left to play for throughout the course of the season.
Yeah, it was a team that Austin turned it over. Interception drive number one. That one was the one where it looked like the guy just wrestled the football out of Miles Goodman's hands. I mean, it was one of those like screen type deals, and ball placement wasn't fantastic. But I mean, Kilsman's got to come down with that. The third interception this year that was off Kilsman's hands or whatever. Go ahead. What do you want to say?
No, I mean, listen.
You're sitting over there smiling like, yeah, you're about to get me or say something.
No, not at all. I mean, listen. The biggest takeaway for me tonight is Joey put the ball in harm's way against New Mexico State.
Yep.
Like, it feels like he did so well early in the year based off of his reputation coming in. And then I feel like once he started to put it in harm's way, he doesn't know how to turn off the faucet. It's like you shouldn't, can he play well next week? Absolutely. Can they go win the last two? Absolutely. Could they lose the last two? Absolutely. And if you don't play any better tonight, listen, I get it. You've had 2 weeks off. You're playing New Mexico State. But you still got to find a way to bring your own juice. That's the one thing Josh Heupel's done a really good job of, is just destroying teams that are inferior. And tonight, it was just kind of, they won 42-9. I mean, it's not like they put up like 24 points like when Tennessee beat North Texas that one year with Butch. But, man, it was just, as I said on the 2-minute drill, it was just kind of blah. I mean, there was nothing exciting about this football game. Even when Tennessee had the ball, start of the second half, I looked up, they're like the 30, the New Mexico State 30, and 4 minutes have come off the clock.
Yeah.
It's like,
well, they were clearly at one time. I made a comment. I'm like, get out of 12 personnel and just go run your offense. I mean, clearly they were working on things, and that's fine. That's what you're supposed to treat a game like this for. So I think part of that was the reason why they were just kind of methodically.
Ironically, at one point deep into the game, they had no penalties, right? And Rob was like, "Hey, Pete, right here, look at this, no penalties." Literally, he's spoken into existence right after the touchdown. They kick the extra point, they kick it off, and then you get a roughing the passer penalty, right?
Oh.
And so, this team's going to play a lot better to beat Florida next week. Florida, as we sit here and tape this, is in a dogfight with Ole Miss. Clearly, they've not given up, and everybody thought they had based off of that outing last week in Lexington. But
I think the difference is, sorry to cut you off, I think if a team, and this will be a challenge for Tennessee, gets up early, then I think
yes.
Yeah. But clearly, at the time of this recording, they are in, as you said, a dogfight against a playoff team.
Yeah. So, Tennessee and Florida's going to hear all week long. We don't lose to this team in Orange.
Yep.
We hadn't lost them at home since 2003.
And I was born.
Yeah. Those kids are going to go, okay, we don't lose to this team. And they'll come out fired up. They'll come out ready to play. Tennessee's going to have a good game plan. But this is, again, a team that looked like they had 2 weeks off, that looked like they were playing a New Mexico State type opponent, and it showed. And for all they got a good veteran leaders and all that, and they do to a degree, but at the same time, you're still human. You still know you're going to play a team that's inferior to you, and it played out that way.
You had the interception I was talking about to Kitzelman, and I don't think it was a good throw at all by Joey. But I mean, again, make the freaking catch. For the second game in a row, Matt, you've had pressure from his backside, kind of his left side, and he gets hit a little bit, or I think he's rushing the throw, trying to just hit something over the middle, and he sails it. And that's happened 2 straight games. And those are 2 plays that he's got to have back for sure. And, hopefully he doesn't, make a habit of turning the football over like he has been here lately. But it's kind of like Austin said, we've seen this a couple different times from Joey. I think the biggest, kind of moving on, I think the biggest storyline from this game outside of Tennessee playing sloppy and all that, I mean, injuries. Tennessee held a lot of guys, Matt, that Josh Heupel admitted after the game, like, hey, I mean, they would have played, if it was Florida or whatever, if it was a league game. But you walk out of here on one drive late in the third quarter or fourth quarter with your team leading 42-3, whatever it was. You had Miles Gutzman go down, Deshaun Bishop go down, Wendell Moy go down. Bishop's fine. He soaked post game. Miles Gutzman looks like he's in a lot of pain, and kind of walked by him down the field, going to the media room. Did not look like he was enjoying himself. And then, Wendell Moy, I have no clue about. I mean, those look obviously more serious than Bishop. That's football's a contact sport, right? I mean, you can't avoid that sometimes, but that is the biggest storyline coming out of this game for me.
Yeah, it is. Something I didn't love was when Wendell Moy went down. You were in total control of the football game. You wanted to let Jesse Perry get some rest because, like you said, if it was a league game, he could have gone. But you went right to him. Like, put somebody else in the football game. Get somebody else some run there. Finish this thing out. You just ran the ball to kind of kill out the rest of that drive. I get it. I know he was available and you got him in there and you got him some work. I would have gone another direction because if he gets banged up and he's been nursing some stuff, you're really hurting next week. So get somebody else a little bit of run there. But yeah, you're right. Miles Kitzelman, Wendell Moy, those are guys that Tennessee need, are a big part of what they do. And you've got 2 very physical football games coming up.
I love what Perlotti's bringing.
Yeah,
I just think he's bringing a swagger. He's bringing an intensity. He's bringing a mouth, and I don't think that's a bad thing. I love his speed, the way he plays. Is he going to make busts like he did against Oklahoma? Sure, he's going to. He's a freshman. But I would rather have somebody that can go make a play than someone out there who knows what they're doing and can't make the play. And so I like what he's bringing. You should get a bunch of these guys back next week, as Eric pointed out. I do not like their, Colton Hood being out there 7 minutes to go. That's just stupid. I don't care. No coach can tell me otherwise. Like, that's just dumb. Like, if you lose him to a tweaked ankle, then what do you have? Like, this game was in hand. It made no sense to have him out there. I don't care if the freshmen are not ready or however you want to describe it. None of that makes sense to have him.
He is single-handedly your best player on defense, and he's out there playing against New Mexico State in the fourth quarter.
Well, yeah,
what are you doing?
I mean, you had Turntine out there, you had him. It doesn't make sense. It just doesn't. But I mean, listen, this is the same group that played Jalen McCullough 752 out of an impossible 765 snaps that one year. I mean, like that. It's mind-boggling. It's like, they had to throw Merklinger out there for his one series, and then they put George in. But again,
yeah,
Joey,
let's talk about that.
Joey, listen, you're wasting reps. Whatever, dude. You're worried about the wrong things when you got to put Joey Aguilar back out there to get out there and get 3 yards. So his 200, it's not 300-yard streak. It's a 200-yard streak. I mean, and don't get me wrong, the last guy struggled to get to 200 yards. Okay, so I understand it. But at the same time, like, it is what it is. Like, to me, like, that's silliness. But again, Merklinger goes out there. He gets his couple of plays, punts. Then George comes in. He took a couple of shots. But I mean, like, to me, you fumbled this game with how it was played. You had to leave your starters in way too long. I don't know. That's the one thing that drives me nuts about this staff is, like, when you're in a game like this, get those young kids out there. Let them get some run.
Well, I'll say this to the coaching staff's defense. I mean, nobody ever thought coming out of the second half they were going straight to the backups. I mean, the team played like crap. Like, they were.
No, I agree with that.
They had to leave them in there until they were like, okay, well, we at least feel halfway decent about, like, let's take him out of the ball game. But to Austin's point, I mean, it's unfortunate because this game should have been like UAB. This game should have been like ETSU. There's no reason why it shouldn't have been like that, and here you are. And like the fact that you got to play your starters well into the third quarter and all that. And, to go out there and get the streak, you're right. I mean, it's something silly. What I don't like, I mean, they got him immediately out of there, and it was a quick pass. But see, the guys were blocking in front of him. I mean, what if he would have twisted his ankle right there? I mean, it is what it is. I didn't hate. I mean, it wasn't that big of a deal to me. But the Colton Hood and some of those other guys out there in the fourth quarter, it's like, what are you doing? And in my opinion, the Satterwhite coming in, that experiment needs to stop. Like Sam Pendleton's your center. When the first team offense is in there, Sam Pendleton's in there. Okay, you're getting your quarterback hit a little bit too much. So
Yeah, I mean, I never thought Joey's feet were ever comfortable. I felt like Tennessee continued to want to take the top off of it, and they were able to right there early. They hit Chris Brazzell, and then from that point forward, it kind of just felt like New Mexico State said, "Okay, beat us, but beat us in another way," and it felt like they had lost their fastball for a second. And again, they were able to out talent them, but at that point, Joey's feet never got comfortable. Offensive line never really protected him well. No, it was sloppy all the way around. We can talk through it 100 different ways, but that's what it was.
Can we also talk about the fact that Jesse Perry went in this football game? I'm sorry, up 42-3 in the second half against New Mexico State does not qualify as an emergency. Like, why did Jesse Perry go in this football game? It's so it's just weird. Deshaun Bishop was asked after the game to assess where the run game is. He said he thinks he likes it where it's going. He thinks he likes where the run game is going. Into the Florida game. They ran for 180 yards, but again, I felt like there was a lot of missed opportunities out there. They still just didn't feel consistent in that regard. That's something that's been disappointing this year. I mean, I thought anything less than 250 yards on the ground against this team was kind of a disappointment, and clearly they were well shy of that.
Yeah, I mean, there were just times where they decided we're going to continue to run the football. I think one time, 4 straight times, and they went for it on 4th down, and they got it by about half a yard, but it was just like, man, you ran 4 plays to get 10.5 yards against New Mexico State. There just continues to be a lack of consistency there. It's really either a big hit, 8, 9, 10, 12 yards, or 1 yard. Like there's no consistency of whether you can go 4, 4, 5, 5. Like there's none of that, here down the stretch, and that's something that they've got to be able to clean up.
AP, can a guy like Deshaun Brame help this team the last couple of games? And if so, what's his role going to be? And is the Miles Kitselman injury, and depending on what he is the rest of the way, does that affect it?
Well, I don't know if anybody noticed, but when he went into the game, and Eric, I made the comment, and Eric goes, wait, what? Well, Miles Kitselman, or his injury will obviously have a lot to do with Deshaun Brame. Brame had moved to receiver and was the slot. He went in at slot. And so he was going to play receiver the last 3 games.
In my defense, 12 personnel can look like anything you want
to. No, I know because he was over there near the huddle. Like he hadn't split out wide left when you put that. But yeah, but now with Kitselman down, I would say he goes back to tight end. They're going to have to. I mean, but obviously they can play him at slot. Again, that's where he's been practicing to try to give the wide receivers a little bit more depth down the stretch. But yeah, he can be someone who can help them. But if they stay healthy, you know how they do. They're not going to rotate a whole lot.
Why, in your opinion, did it take 10 games for him to do that?
That's a great question. I don't know. I mean, maybe they got to a point where they felt like, he was comfortable enough with everything that he could, help. I mean, not every kid's ready to play as a true freshman, 3-4 games in. Some are, or some might be able to play a certain number of snaps based off a formation or look. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't know why it took them that long.
Matt, anything else from this game? It was kind of a snoozer, kind of a game. And again, you've been talking about how there's just been no juice this week, and clearly that was showed on the field. I mean, there's going to be tons of juice and more for next week. But again, it's kind of like you're not sprinting into the week the way you want to. Yeah. You're not. You want to be feeling good about yourselves. And I mean, again, Tennessee won 42-9, but it's kind of like, man, you kind of play like crap for a lot of the game, right?
Yeah, my last piece is I would have liked to see them try to get Rodarius Jackson just a little bit more involved. There was one opportunity I thought down in the red zone. You might as well have had me out there covering him. I mean, Rodarius can jump out of the gym.
Don't sell yourself short, all right?
Yeah, I mean, I would have got a PI, but he would have probably still called it. But I mean, they it was kind of in that sequence where they handed it off a couple times. I mean, he's got 3-4 inches on this guy,
No.
and you've got him in there for this sequence. Just throw him up to him. Just give the freshman a chance, And then they got down there and they subbed him out, and then I think they threw it was where they threw the touchdown to Staley.
Yeah.
The next play after they subbed him out. So I would just like to see him maybe try to get him a little bit more involved as he's worked his way back, because I mean he can be a football player for you.
All right. Obviously, be paying attention to Miles Kitselman this week, Wendell Moy this week. It's Tennessee. I mean, it's Florida week. Florida week officially starts when we go to bed here tonight, and Tennessee's going to be looking to do something that has not done since 2003. That's win at the Swamp. Certainly a great opportunity to do just like that. I'm excited to see what Florida does the rest of this game against Ole Miss, and we'll have all that coverage leading out to Florida all week long right here at Volquest.com. Plenty more reaction. Tennessee 42-9 winners over New Mexico State tonight and tomorrow over here at Volquest.com.